Hi everyone. Let's do some log analysis. Have you downloaded the file? Have you have access to that? As long as you can access, Windows works as well if you can use PowerShell. It doesn't. You don't need Linux to do it. I think. I haven't tried the log analysis. So if I send the file, for those who have Windows, you can use PowerShell. And you will not. So this is a Linux file, Linux log file. So we will talk about log analysis. How many of you have done this before? Log analysis. Anyone? Lucas said that he had done something similar.
For work, I just
Yeah.
do a log, see if a transaction went through.
Okay. Yes, it's a similar idea, just for security.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else?
I read the log, but I don't really do any analysis.
For programming, okay. So I thought we might have someone new, but we have just the regular people. So this is me, Deepak Shinar, grad student, and I am the president. So what to expect for this talk today? We'll do log analysis, and we will also look at how does brute force looks like, looking at the logs. What does attackers adding users look like in a log? And we will also do what does adding user using a sudo looks like. And what does attacker downloading tools in a log looks like. And we will also look into some of the mitigation steps and lesson learned. Okay. So what are logs? Beside this, what do you think log is?
Tracks every input of the device.
Mm-hmm.
A timestamp of each device that's being connected to.
Mm-hmm. Anyone else?
Everything that we do on a computer system.
Yeah. If there's anything a device is good at, it's generating logs. A lot of it, right? So it record that device keeps in every event and action that happens. It's like a diary or journal for the device. So that's what it is. So now what is log analysis? That we are checking the logs to extract the actionable insight from the logs we have. And it can be system logs, it can be user activity, it can be security and threats. Okay, types of logs. You said you were looking at the transaction went through or not.
It was like a network log.
Right. So these are the types of log we have. Like system log, apps log, network, security, audit logs, access log, error logs, availability logs, change log. What is change log?
Because if you change something, I don't know.
Yeah,
Something
that's
that
what it is.
made it.
Yeah. GitHub does it. If you have one program and then you made some changes, you can monitor what was the change done, and then that's the change log. But we will focus on the security log. So, and specifically the log called auth.log. Linux machines, they will capture this log. And then what it does is that it is used for tracking authentication mechanisms. If you have any kind of MFA set up, this is the place where it tracks everything. And so it also tracks events like login attempts, switching users, and any task that requires authentication. If you have typed in the password, then it will log that there. Okay. So it also includes activities that is from SSH secure shell, so sudo action, and then cron job that requires authentication. Did I do something wrong there? It's CRON. That's my mistake. He caught it. So he smiled, and I realized that was that was the mistake. Okay, now go and open the file. Okay, and open using your PowerShell or Mac terminal. So I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. You can make it as long commands. You can use awk or sed or grep, anything you want, right? But I'm trying to make it as simple as possible just to take a look at things. So just to make sure, so the log is from Confluent servers. I think it is EC2 server from Amazon. And what's going on there is that we are trying to analyze brute force, and the user has been added, and then the attacker is giving that new user pseudo privilege, and then the attacker is downloading something from the internet. So we are trying to find that as a security experts or analyst. So brute force, it just means trial and error, right? We all know that. If you have used key to get to the door and you have 5 keys and you used all of them, that's brute force. That would be manual, but you can also automate that using tools like Hydra, John the Ripper, Hascat, and all the things. So have you been able to run that command?
Yeah.
What do you see?
I see all the filled passwords.
Okay.
It doesn't work on Mac.
What do you mean? It does?
I think it should work. Yeah, it worked one.
I mean, it's supposed to work, right?
You might have to do -I for case and
You have to use, try to use, you have to cat it. Cat auth.log, you have to mention what you are reading.
Yeah, right here.
You're in the right
The same
directory.
Do you have file in that directory?
Yeah, right here. So cat, right?
Do pwd.
Is it that so? Surprisingly. Okay, so let's say if I get feral, it's fair.
There you go.
It's, well,
Did that work?
yeah.
Looks like it did. So now, how do you know if it's a brute force or not? Using some kind of automated tool. Before I show you the next slide, how do you know? How would you know?
You keep seeing these failed password attempts over and over and over again.
Okay. What else?
Can you repeat the question?
What? How would you know it's a brute force attack?
Oh,
Looking at that log. Failed password is one, right? Because it has so many attempts. But how would you know it is really a brute force?
Maybe it's coming
in
from
Windows,
the same IP
sorry.
address.
I'm just back. So
Yeah.
command didn't run in my Windows. It says grep is not recognized.
Oh, grep is.
PowerShell.
Oh, I see.
actually, I think it's fine.
PowerShell should read Linux command, isn't it?
No, it does not read all Linux commands.
Oh, it does.
Windows.
You probably have to.
You have to download it. You might be able to.
Do you have Git?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, try to use the one with Git.
If you have VM, you could just use VM as well with Linux.
Best.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can use this bash.
Wait a minute.
So one way to know that it is a brute force attack using some kind of tool, look at the timestamp. 6:31:37, 6:31:37. No one is typing password this fast within just the same seconds, right? So that's how you know that it is brute forced. So if you take a look at it, it just goes from 31, and so there's like at least 10, 15 login failed, password failed, within milliseconds. So that's one way to know that they have used, and then, so it also comes from the same IP. So that's how you know that, so it's from the same device, and then it's, the timestamp is here, so that's how you know it is brute forced. So, but like you said, password failed is one telltale sign, and then the timestamp, and then it comes from the same IP. So now we know that this is the attacker, 65.2.161.68. So that is the attacker's IP. So that's the question I asked up there. So how do we know if the brute force attack was successful? Let's try that command.
I think there's one other better way.
Okay.
I
What is-
forgot. I just studied it last night.
Okay.
I think with grep or sed, you have a command which shows one like line before and one line after.
Yeah, so I'm trying to make it as simple as possible so that we will not have to do anything. It's just simple. Again, In real life, this will not happen because you have a centralized SIM, and most likely they have some kind of MFA enabled, and then the root user is disabled, all these things, right? So, but this is just to kind of learn how to analyze logs. So, but you are right. So if you use